makes you think you can bullshit your way into my head? Like every other pencil-neck piece of shit.
What is this, anyway? Some kind of goddamn comic book?
You bastards!
What makes you think you can bullshit your way into my head? Like every other pencil-neck piece of shit.
What do you want from us?
You bastards! Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
Anybody tries to get in here, I'll blast their ass to Kingdom Come. What do you want from us?
You bastards! Why are you torturing me like this? Why?
What is this, anyway? Some kind of goddamn comic book?
What do you want from us? Anybody tries to get in here, I'll blast their ass to Kingdom Come.
What makes you think you can bullshit your way into my head? Like every other pencil-neck piece of shit.
we are in negotiations with a suspect involved in these shootings at the garage of El Centro in downtown Dallas. This suspect we're negotiating with for the last 45 minutes have been exchanging gunfire with us and not being very cooperative in the negotiations. The suspect that we are negotiating with that has exchanged gunfire with us over the last 45 minutes has told our negotiators that the end is coming, the end is coming, the end is coming, and he's going to hurt and kill more of us, meaning law enforcement, and that there are bombs all over the place in this garage and in downtown. So we are being very careful in our tactics so that we don't injure or put any of our officers in harm's way, including the citizens of Dallas, as we negotiate further.
So last night there was chaos in Dallas, Texas. They had a rally where the people was marching peacefully with the police officers. It was no problems, no issues. Even people was taking pictures with the police officers during the rally they had last night. And around 9 p.m., a man decided to go out and start shooting at police officers. He shot 12 police and 5 of them were killed. Now, we're going to go ahead and roll the clips from last night.
We stand on the south side of Lamar, and all of a sudden we start hearing gunshots just out of nowhere. And at first we couldn't identify it because, you know, we wasn't expecting it. And then we started hearing more rapid fire. One police officer that was standing there pushed me out the way because it was coming our direction. And like you see on the legs, I was scarred up when he pushed us out the way. So when the officer pushed me out the way, next thing you know, we heard officer down. So when we heard officer down, more undercover police officers as well as uniformed police officers started running around the corner. They froze and the shootout began. Police officers started shooting in one direction and whoever was shooting started shooting back. And that's where the war began.
Oh my God. There's people laying on the ground. I hope they're just hiding.
Somebody's really armed to the teeth.
Oh my God.
This is not one person with a. This is a person with a big knife. A few men.
Oh my God. It can't be fast. Oh my God.
Protest.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. Holy shit. There's a officer down right there.
Is that a cop dead?
Cop down.
Dude, that's a cop down. Dude, that's a cop down.
Yeah. There's 4 cops down.
4?
Yeah, he shot 7 times.
It's a dude?
No, it's a sniper from up here somewhere.
It's a sniper?
You hear the shot? Get down. Get down. Get down. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Sniper, get down.
Holy shit. Fucking sniper out here. There's a fucking sniper. He shot 4 cops. I'm not, you hear it. He's shooting right now. Can y'all see him? Get back! Get back!
He runs to the opposite side. He has on a jacket, has on some light slacks, it appears. There's a trash can there in that pillar. Now he's kind of crouching down behind that. You see the SUV with flashers on.
Yes, I see that. And
seems to be shooting from a different angle.
yes, he's shooting. You can tell.
And the person here comes someone running up. Shots are fired. He comes around the pillar.
Yes, it's obvious that the person who was shot in this instance, there's still shots going on, was unaware that the other person was there at that time. We don't know if one of these people is going to be a police officer. It's not unusual in a situation like this for a major event for a large police department to have undercover officers who would be in the crowd and commingling with the crowd so that they can give intelligence back to the people at the command center. It's quite possible that could have been one of those people in this, and the bad person, the suspect in this case, took advantage of them without them knowing it.
Who puts this type of plan of attack together, Chief?
Grand Theft Auto 5 is an open-world action-adventure video game developed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games, which is owned by BMG Interactive. This game is on top 3 of the best-selling games of all time, with over 45 million copies sold. The game's atmosphere is mostly based on a style of comedy called satire. GTA 5 is putting into satire all aspects of society, so therefore we shouldn't take it seriously. For the most part, I agree. However, there is so much focus on making fun of conspiracy theorists and putting Illuminati references in the game, both overtly and covertly, that it makes it a bit of a mystery as to why they would do that. From a marketing perspective, I do not think it would present a benefit, as most of the players will not understand the Illuminati references. On one hand, conspiracy theorists are portrayed in this game in a very distorted and negative way. This can act as a subliminal message to convince the consumer that he should automatically discard any conspiracy theories and theorists that he will see in the real world. A subliminal message is a message that, if repeated many times, in a way that will bypass your consciousness and appeal to your subconscious mind, will convince you of a certain idea. In this case, that conspiracy theorists are all superficial, delusional idiots. On the other hand, they show Illuminati-type symbolism in the traditional occult way that other game developers practice. The number of such symbolism in GTA 5 is quite vast and mind-blowing to say the least. Next, we have a bigger all-seeing eye posted on the wall, which states, "The man is watching you." There is also a poster next to it with what appears to be a demonic figure, thus in my opinion, showing who the man is. We are indeed being trolled by the horned beast. If this is intended to be a comedy, then why would they use occult numbers such as 88, which almost nobody would know what it means? Of course, in occult symbolism, this number is very important, as it signifies eternity and the Egyptian sun god Ra.
Look inside the IAA building, we will see this poster with the FIB, which actually include the Illuminati eye. Although you'll think this is just a one-off, they added this in and it looks a little bit like the Illuminati. No, this is actually a reference to the Illuminati. It's just like the IUIC from any Illuminati symbol on the bottom of the circle at the back. If you're wondering what poster I'm looking at, it's the blue square one. It's just going off the screen now, and I zoomed in just off the blue square poster. However, we do notice it has got the Illuminati eye inside the golden. Brackets, whatever you want to call it, but that is actually Illuminati inside the FIB, which is the high authority in GTA 5. They're coming in for the next one. We have the Knights Templar. Now, this is probably an Assassin's Creed Easter egg, right? No. Well, if anyone knows anything about the Templar, then there were actually people called the Knights Templar in the year 1119. They were secret members of the Illuminati, and they formed a very religious group of people, and they were basically trying to improve the land, and they have such a cool story behind them. It's the Knights of the Templar. Go and check them out. However, they were secret members of the Illuminati. And now coming with the next one, this is probably an off chance, but they used the word obey a lot, including the actual protagonist's car, Michael, and he has the obey tailgater. We also see on the police it says obey and survive. Obey is actually control, and it's a very strong word used within the Illuminati. Now we also see that inside the City of Los Santos stamp, we have an owl. Now an owl is actually seen on a symbol on loads of things, on trains, cars, loads of things in the game. And an owl is a very popular symbol.
Wire.com has uncovered a 2006 study written for the U.S. Special Operations Command that suggests the military should clandestinely recruit or hire prominent bloggers. The report stated, quote, hiring a block of bloggers to verbally attack a specific person or promote a specific message may be worth considering. The report also suggested the Pentagon hack blogs that promote messages that are antithetical to U.S. interests. The report stated, quote, hacking the site and subtly changing the messages and data, merely a few words or phrases, may be sufficient to begin destroying the blogger's credibility with the audience.
The average American would be so shocked to find out there's something called COINTELPRO, the FBI's covert action programs against American citizens. Now, this Senate report tells what the FBI was doing against the American citizens, literally. Here's their statement. COINTELPRO began in 1956, in part because of the frustration with the Supreme Court rulings limiting the government's power to proceed overtly against dissident groups. It ended in 1971 with the threat of public exposure. The Bureau conducted, their terms, a sophisticated vigilante operation aimed squarely at preventing the exercise of First Amendment rights of speech and association.
The FBI set out to neutralize the Black Panther Party any way they could.
COINTELPRO was doing its mischief in attempting to pit the two organizations against each other. It got to the points where there was clearly almost a state of war that was existing between the two organizations.
The FBI had created this tension, but you had these two groups that, when they saw each other on the street, it was just a natural confrontation.
Correspondence propaganda between the two, telling one that the other one was doing something that wasn't appropriate.
Well, I felt pretty bad because most of it was really crap. It was a waste of time. We destroyed a lot of lives, and I always deny that, but
New York City Police Department had infiltrated the Panther 21, and the highly publicized, highly touted trial of 21 members of the Panther Party for allegedly plotting to blow up department stores turned out to be a total hype, entire harassment, entrapment by the FBI, where it was revealed that FBI agents had infiltrated the Panthers, and the people behind any ideas of a plot to blow up anything were all government agents.
It's been revealed that incendiary blogger and radio host Hal Turner was an FBI informant and agent provocateur. Turner is being charged with making death threats against Connecticut legislators and Illinois judges, and he is to claim that his actions were legal because he did the same when employed by the FBI. Prosecutors have acknowledged that Turner was an informant who spied on radical right-wing organizations. But Turner went much further than spying. He also called for former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney to be lynched. McKinney responded to the news saying, quote, "It has just now come to my attention that a journalist who suggested that I be lynched was actually being paid by our own government to say that." Now, when I reported it to the FBI, how in the world was I to know that he was at that time on the FBI's payroll?
A prominent Austin-based activist named Brandon Darby has revealed he worked as an FBI informant in the 18 months leading up to the Republican convention.
Brandon was obviously living a double life, so the discord and aggression and violence and abuse are real. I experienced it personally. But we know that he has showed up at every important organization in this area. He has showed up in the immigrant rights organizations, in the refugee organizations, in the prison organizations, in the anti-war organizations.
When we started Common Ground, Brandon was right here. But I knew from the very beginning that Homeland Security had infiltrated us. I knew that when I realized that to be critical of FEMA response or the aftermath of Katrina, we took upon the wrath of Homeland Security. I was looking at it coming from many different ways, but God knows I didn't think it would be from Brandon.
Leave these guys alone. That's all right. They're fucking talk. They're trying to fool us. They want us to be aggressive with them. Put the rock down. I'm not for this. Vous allez pas faire ça. Chicken shit. Take your mask off. You're a fucking cop. The three of you. It's a peaceful demonstration. These three guys are cops, everybody. Put the rock down, cop. Police, come on and see your face. Come on, come on. Let's see your face. It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. Come on, come. Let them go another way.
Welcome to my church. Away from church.
Sells guns.
Of course. For the meek shall inherit the earth, my friend. All they need are some good guns. Revelation 5:5. It is the most invigorating read. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof. It is our Savior. It is our Savior returned to us as a lion, a warrior. So I started thinking to myself, when the Son of God is reborn, what gun would he use? When Christ returns to break the 7 seals and bring about the rapture, he returns as a lion, yes? A lion needs teeth. What gun would Jesus choose? Deuteronomy 32:47. But there are no empty words for you, but your very life. Well, maybe Revelation 19:11. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A soldier knows. A soldier always knows. For we have seen the rapture and survived it. You need guns to do righteous work, Jay. For every gun is a Bible. For every bullet, a sermon. And for every radio tower that you free from pagans' lies.